Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to AFA's online video series outlining in summary form the TA that we've reached in bankruptcy for a new agreement. My name is John Grace, and sitting right next to me is
Deborah Sutor.
Okay, so we're going to walk through in this particular video sections 20 through 27. And I can say without question or hesitation that the biggest part of this segment is going to be section 20. And that's our first segment. So we'll go right into section 20, retirement insurance and benefits. And the big change here is what the company has asked for in their term sheet, and we've managed to pare down and get some language around, and that is the idea of a benefits cliff. So we'll try to explain how the benefits cliff works as best we can. In addition to the information we provide here, we strongly suggest that you go to www.afaeagle.com to read the actual language and look at the charts to make sure that you've got all the information that we've agreed to here. So moving right straight into the benefits cliff. I'm going to go ahead and just read some of the language that defines what the cliff is and what sections of our accruals fall into the benefits cliff. So, unless otherwise provided for, flight attendants shall be required to meet certain annual hourly thresholds of paid credit hours in the current year in order to accrue benefits for the following year. This provision shall not be applied to any flight attendant in his first 12 months of active service. The benefits that will be included in the cliff shall mean vacation accrual, sick leave accrual, uniform points accrual, and the company's health and welfare plans. Credit hours shall mean that all compensation paid to a flight attendant as expressed in terms of hourly pay. Examples will include, but are not limited to, block hours, guarantee pay, vacation pay, sick pay, paid union leave, pay withheld status, training pay, special assignment pay, premium pay, etc. The period of accrual shall be from the period of September 1st, 2012 through June 30th, 2013 for benefits eligibility commencing on January 1st, 2014. The credited hours shall be prorated based on the table found in language below. For all subsequent years, the period of accrual shall be the period from July 1st through June 30th for benefits eligibility for the following year.
It's important to remember that these benefits cliff determinations are based on paid hours. They don't have to be hours flown. So just make sure that you keep that in mind when you're trying to determine this. Next, we have any flight attendant returning from a medical or an injury on duty leave and who does not have sufficient qualifying hours will still retain and be eligible for all active status medical benefits until she or he has the opportunity to be active for an entire qualifying period. Again, the qualifying period is July 1 through June 30. In order to be eligible for benefits, the following year, a flight attendant must earn in a full calendar year paid credited hours pursuant to the table and the schedule that we've included in the tentative agreement. Any flight attendant who receives pay credit of 540 hours or more in a full calendar year will not experience any benefit reductions. If you remember, the company was asking for 720 when we started this process, so we've been able to whittle that down considerably. Next, any flight attendant who receives pay and credit of at least 350 hours but less than 540 hours in a full calendar year will receive partial benefits. And of course, anybody falling below the 350 paid credited hours per year will not receive any benefit accrual.
So that wraps up section 20 and takes us straight into section 21, grievance procedure. Only one change in this section. Grievance procedure remains current book. And the new part is that we've allowed for the provision of electronic filing of grievances. Next up, Section 22, System Board of Adjustment. The first provision in Section 22 is for positive space travel to and from the location of the arbitration hearing for the participants. We've also introduced new language for expedited arbitration. Just to run through quickly what expedited arbitration means, there are 6 components that we've outlined. First, the process will be established on a trial basis beginning 24 months from the effective date of the agreement. Secondly, cases will be mutually agreed upon between the union and the company. Thirdly, exchange of documents will happen 10 days prior to the hearing. Fourth, each side has 60 minutes to present its case. Fifth, there will be no post-hearing briefs. And sixth, the board will issue a written award without a written opinion on a non-precedent setting basis at the conclusion of each hearing. And that's it for Section 22. That moves us on to Section 23, Union Security and Dues Checkoff. Only one change here. We have a new provision for the payroll deduction for the Pegasus project, as well as electronic remittance by the company of dues to AFA.
And for those of you that don't know what Pegasus is, it's an AFA charity that you can contribute to, and it will disperse funds to flight attendants in need.
Okay, so our next section is Section 24, Conduct of Union Business. A couple of changes here. First up, it talks about who bears the cost of printing our contract. The company will bear 50% of printing, not to exceed the lowest bid of the outside printers from which the company decides to solicit bids. Secondly, all forms for removal of trips for union business will be printed in the body of the agreement. Thirdly, trips removed for union business will not be revoked once dropped. Kind of important. If you're going to a hearing and you're going to represent someone, you need to be there. Next, the flight attendant will have a right to union representation at meetings with any company representative.
Yeah, previously that was limited to just your meetings with in-flight management. So this broadens the scope of where you can receive representation.
We've increased the time allotted for new hire orientation from 1 hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours. And lastly, we've gotten the company to agree to limited flight pay loss for certain meetings with management and for all hotel site visits, including AFA site visits. That brings us on to my personal favorite section, and of course, the greatest section in the entire agreement.
Oh, you're only saying that because you were the former Safety and Health Chair.
Section 26, Safety and Health. And there are some key improvements here. Getting straight into it, first, we actually have, right at the very beginning, the company must provide a safe, healthy, and secure workplace. Next, flight attendants will not be required to participate in any bomb search, which I believe is current practice, but we just wanted to cement that into the agreement. Next, AFA will be permitted to participate in evaluations and improvements to recurrent training. The company will provide earplugs with no less than 20 decibels of noise reduction rating. Here's another one that actually, believe it or not, was pretty contentious. Went back and forth, but the company has agreed to provide potable water in all crew rooms. Yay! Another one that's important to most flight attendants, and certainly is to me, the company has agreed to require sanitization or sanitizing of all aircraft lavatories daily. Our next provision, the company will address reports of vermin, rodents, and insects in company-controlled work areas. The next improvement is AFA will participate in FAA emergency evacuation demonstrations, and that would probably primarily happen with a new aircraft type. The next improvement in safety and health, our members will be guaranteed access to the MSDS, or Material Safety Data Sheets, via the company computer system, which currently is JetNet. We provided some enhancements to crew member physical assault language, some increased protection there. We've enhanced hostilities language, which again, should hostilities occur, there's additional protections for you. We've clarified flight attendant grooming of aircraft responsibilities. We've added fatigue review board procedures. We've incorporated the indemnification side letter for use of AED in performing emergency medical procedures in the course of your work. We've ensured that AFA safety and health representatives will have access to accident sites. And lastly, we've ensured that the company will pay for and provide immunizations when required by the country of destination. That takes us on to our last section within this video, which is Section 27, General. And we've got just a couple of changes here. The first change in Section 27 has to do with an enhanced description of what the word corroboration means when talking about complaint letters and reports of inappropriate conduct. The second improvement here in Section 27 concerns passport offices. If a passport office is not available in your domicile, the company will provide space-positive pass and reimbursement for travel to and from the passport office.
Yeah, so if you have to take a taxi or something from the airport to get to the passport office, you'll be reimbursed for that expense.
And the last change here in Section 27, flight attendants will not be charged for delays if they are performing duties as outlined in the IPM, which is a great relief to us all.
As it should be.